The Sony Xperia 3, a phone that I've been looking forward to, finally has a pre-order date, but it's strangely not a release date yet. Hi, welcome to Zgadgetreview. I've been talking about the Sony Xperia 3 for some time now. It's a phone that leaked a few months ago, and then finally the information on it was released. And so it's a phone that I actually have been following closely because I don't really like iPhones or Samsung phones. So I'm looking at the Sony Xperia 3 as an alternative to those other phones. It was announced that the phone is up for pre-order starting on July 1st. I will include the websites that you can get it from in the description section. So if you want to go look at that, you can go ahead and do that. The phone is going to cost $12.99 in US dollars. And yes, that is an expensive piece of hardware. A lot more expensive than I hope Sony would have charged. But you know what? If you are familiar with Sony's brand, it means that they're going to charge a lot of money for their phones. I alluded to that in one of my videos when I was talking about the phone. When they released all the specs, I was like, this phone is probably going to be up there. It sounds expensive. It is expensive. It's like the cost of a TV. But if you compare it to other devices, for example, the Samsung Galaxy S21, it's about the same price. Actually, the Galaxy S21 is a little more expensive for the same specs. And the iPhone 12 Pro Max is about $100 cheaper for the same specs. So that's to give you an idea of where the Sony Xperia 1 III sits in pricing. The big difference is on the specs, and I feel that the specs are better on the Sony than the iPhone and Samsung. And for a moment, I'm going to remove the iPhone because Sony isn't really competing with the iPhone. They're competing mostly with Samsung. So let's focus on Samsung and Sony. In case you're not familiar with the Sony Xperia 1 III specs, let me run down them really quickly. So this phone is going to have a 120Hz refresh rate, 4K OLED screen. It's going to have a variable telephoto camera. And when I say a variable telephoto camera, I mean an actual lens that moves in the phone. Not a software telephoto camera, an actual telephoto camera in the phone, which bumps up the price a little bit. It's also going to have front-facing speakers that give you the 360 reality audio. It's going to have a Snapdragon 888, 12 gigs of RAM. The phones that are currently for pre-order have the 256 gigs of storage with expandable storage up to 1 terabyte. I want you to remember that. Expandable storage up to 1 terabyte because it's important when comparing phones. The Xperia 1 III is going to be IP68 water and dust resistant. It's going to have a 3.5mm headphone jack, a 4500 milliamp hour battery, wireless charging, and fast reverse wireless charging as well. So the phone has a lot of premium features, which is why the price is where it is. If we compare it to its closest competitor, which is the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra, for the 256 gigabit storage on the Galaxy Ultra, you have to pay $1249.99, so $1250. So it's about $50 more expensive than the Sony. And there's some differences when it comes to the premium materials that you get with the Galaxy S21 Ultra versus the Sony Xperia. Big difference between both phones is that the Samsung Galaxy does not offer expandable storage. You get 256 gigabit of storage, and that's where you top out. So that's where you are stuck. There's no more storage you can add. On the Xperia, you can expand, as I said, up to 1 terabyte, which is why I said that it's important to keep that in mind. Because if you take pictures, if you take video, you won't have to worry about running out of space. And as you know, if you take a lot of image pictures or video, you can run out of storage really quickly. So having that option of adding the 1 terabyte to the phone makes it more flexible. Also, you don't have to worry about relying on the cloud to have your images. You can just have it all in an actual storage device. Where I think Samsung beats Sony is the battery. Samsung has a 5000 milliamp hour battery versus 4500 on Sony. The other difference is the camera. Sony actually is putting a lot of effort into their camera, where they have an actual physical camera that moves in the phone, versus Samsung that relies mostly on software to create that effect. So that's also the big difference. And also, I think that huge difference, of course, will be the operating system. Well, not the operating system, but the UI, that skin that companies put on top of Android. Samsung is highly skinned and Samsung customized Android version that you get, versus Sony is a little more vanilla Android. It does have some changes, but the changes aren't huge like with Samsung. So if you're looking for a more pure Android experience, I guess is the best way to put it, Sony will be the best option to go with, which also means that updates on Android will probably come faster to Sony than Samsung. I've been corrected on this in the comment section from one of my previous videos when I said that I didn't think that Sony was very good at updating Android. I was told that I was wrong on that, so I would like to make that correction here and let you know that based on Sony Xperia phone users, that the updates are usually on time. Again, no actual ship date yet, but I'm assuming if pre-orders are in July and we give it about a month, it will probably be between August and September. Kind of makes sense on the timing. Let me know in the comment section if this is something that you're planning on getting, if you think that they're crazy for charging so much, or is this something that you are expecting? I would really like to know. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, it really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos, and thank you very much for watching.